Hey folks, this is Tom,
This is T.
and we're from Show Me Coasters. And today we're going to be discussing the next battle of the parks, Six Flags Great Adventure versus Kings Island.
The parks, number two parks for both Six Flag and Cedar Fair. Number two park for Six Flag was easy. Six Flag Great Adventure, the world's second largest amusement park in Jackson, New Jersey. But for Cedar Fair, we had to do some research to eliminate which one will be the number two. King's Dominion, Carowinds, Kings Island, and Canada's Wonderland is very coaster heavy for those four parks. So we eliminate Carowinds and King's Dominion because of the smaller coaster count and their smaller water park, and their kids section is not as big as Kings Island. Giga. Go ahead.
And then we came down to being Canada's Wonderland or Kings Island.
They both have 16 coasters. Let me go back. Yes, King's Dominion, Carowinds, and Canada's Wonderland all have Giga Coaster, and Kings Island does not. But we didn't let that reason to eliminate Kings Island as being possible number two. So it came down between Kings Island and Canada's Wonderland, and the logic was that Kings Island has a better kids section and a better water park. That's the reason it topped Canada's Wonderland as the number two park.
So these are the categories that we're going to be judging the parks on. The first would be obviously the roller coasters. The second, we say resorts, but neither of these parks have resorts attached to them, so we won't be looking at that. The next would be the water parks, flat rides, the kids sections, the cost, day pass versus buying a season's pass, the food and the dining passes, animal attractions, and the shows, and the overall park appearance and experience that you get when you visit these parks.
Here's a partial list of Six Flags Great Adventures coaster list. They have 14 coasters total. 13 you subtract Fireball. Nitro, Batman the Ride, Superman Ultimate Flight, Green Lantern, Bizarro, Kingda Ka, and El Toro. 5 of these are B&M, and Kingda Ka and El Toro added makes this park with a very strong 7 coaster lineup.
So let's take a look at the coasters at Kings Island. We have Banshee, Diamondback, The Beast, Mystic Timbers, Flight of Fear, Backlot Stunt Coaster, Firehawk, and the Bat. They don't have as many B&Ms, obviously. They only have like 2 B&Ms actually.
This park has 16 coasters total, but a lot of it, it's on the smaller side. They have 3 or 4 for the kids. Even though Kings Island has 16 coasters and Six Flags Great Adventure has 14, the coaster count in this one, I don't think it matters. You look at their lineup, and Six Flags Great Adventure has a very expensive lineup, the top 7 coasters in the park. And Kings Island, on the other side, has 2 B&M, and a lot of their coasters are on the older side. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that the Kings Island, yeah, they've got 16 coasters, but there's only really 2 or 3 really flagship coasters there. You have Diamondback and Mystic Timbers and Banshee and the Beast.
I would give the award to Six Flags Great Adventure. I mean, they are even competitive toward Cedar Point and Magic Mountain. So the first award goes to Six Flags Great Adventure for better coasters. What do you think, Tom?
I agree.
So it's 1 Six Flags Great Adventure, 0 Kings Island. This next category is a bonus category for one of the parks. You have to reward this park for having a 330-acre safari. It's one of the biggest. It's actually the biggest segment of the park. The main park itself is only 160 acres, and the water park is 45. Yes, Kings Island has a petting zoo, but this thing is humongous, so the point goes to Six Flags Great Adventure.
So that's going to bring our count to Six Flags Great Adventure 2 and Kings Island 0.
0 for both of us. Now, this is the category that surprised both of us when we look up the site for both parks at their list of all their flat rides. For sure, I thought Kings Island was going to win. But when we did the count, yeah, Kings Island has a giant Discovery Disc and big flat rides, but the count goes to Six Flags Great Adventure with 27, and Kings Island has 10 flat rides. Well, what about you, Tom? Are you surprised by it too?
Well, as far as the number goes, but I think that Kings Island kind of has some better flat rides than Great Adventure. I mean, they've got that massive drop tower. I don't think
Zumanjaro drop.
Oh, that's right. They do have the
It's the
Zumanjaro.
world's second tallest.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah,
Well, they have Cyber Spin to cancel out the Delirium.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Six Flags Great Adventure again. I mean, what are you? You gonna give it a tie?
I think it's a tie.
Okay. I get mine is 3-0. Great Adventure. Tom is Six Flags is 2 and Kings Island 1. The next category is kids sections, and this one is pretty easy. Kings Island has won best kids section for 17 years, and they have a high count of kids ride with 20. They also have 2 roller coaster in Planet Snoopy, Snooper Aerial Chase and Woodstock Express. My vote. I mean, Great Adventure has like 16 kids ride total, and plus they're popping all over the place, and it's very discombobulating. And Kings Island, all their kids section is in one area, Planet Snoopy. What do you think, Tom? I give it to Kings Island.
I give it to Kings Island too.
Give me a category.
So the next section we're going to look at is going to be the water parks. Kings Island has a very large water park.
And it's spread out.
It's spread out, yeah. They have like over 36 different slides. I imagine those are all grouped in different complexes, because when we were there, I didn't really see anything.
Well, there's some in the back.
There was a lot that we didn't see. But they do have like 3 wave pools.
Plus a surf pool.
Yeah, plus a surf pool as well.
I really like their water. Yeah, it need paint jobs, but Six Flags Great Adventure, the water park, they try to shove. It's claustrophobic. I like the spread out of Kings Island Water Park. My pick would be Kings Island.
Mine too. So that's going to bring our counts to T has tied, or I'm sorry, is at 3 and 2.
Great Adventure 3, Kings Island 2. You have a tie.
And I'm tied at 3 and 3. So the next category we're going to look at is going to be shows. Both of these parks are kind of equal as far as that goes. They put on great shows throughout the year and during the Halloween and Christmas season as well. I don't see much difference.
I didn't either.
I think it's a tie no matter what.
Yeah, a tie definitely for me.
So that's going to bring our points up to, for me, Kings Island at 4 and Six Flags Great Adventure at 4.
And for me, it's 4 Great Adventure and 3 Kings Island. This next category is cost. The day pass for Kings Island is cheaper than Great Adventure, but their Platinum Pass is more expensive than the most expensive Diamond Pass at Six Flags chain. So it's basically a tie. We really don't want to address this category. It gets a lot of people mad. But we're coming to the last category, park appearance and experience.
I think overall, both of the parks are pretty well maintained and they're clean.
Yeah.
I think as far as being scenic or picturesque, I think Six Flags Great Adventure takes that one. They have the lake and they have the safari. I think I think some of the theming in some of the areas is a little better. I think it's a tie when it comes to like their midways and the boardwalk.
For me, I like Kings Island. I mean, you can't beat that royal fountain with the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, now
that's very picturesque.
I will give Kings Island the point for
Kings
their
Island's a very pretty park.
for their entrance. Yeah. Their entry plaza is incredible.
We gotta go with the experience. Not I love both of these parks, and I can't choose between either one. Which I have fun. I have fun on both parks, and they're very laid back, and it's Kings Island is pretty cool. A lot of trees, and when we go to Great Adventure. When I go to Great Adventure, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's luck, but it's always a cool park to me. If it's not, even on hot days, it's not very hot. That I especially enjoy the night when the cool air coming in and you smell the pines and stuff.
Yeah, I think overall, as far as the experience goes, I think the Six Flags Great Adventure offers more as far as
what about the food?
The food is pretty much the same. I think
for me, I like Great Adventure food because they have like noodles and stuff.
They do have some better. They do have a few better choices. So I think for me, I'm going to give the park experience and appearance to Six Flags Great Adventure.
For me, I think I enjoy both parks. I'm giving it a tie. So the final tally for the park battle, the number 2 parks, we have Six Flags Great Adventure edging out Kings Island. The only difference was the coasters. The Six Flags Great Adventure has better coasters, and the safari.
So that's our experience with these parks. Really, you just have to try them out for yourself and see what your ideas are.
Your experiences.
Yeah.
But we both enjoy both of these parks. They're very laid back.
Yeah, we do go to Kings Island more, but only because it's way closer. Yeah. So
that'd be the park battle for the number 2 parks.
And we're gonna close this out. I'm Tom.
I'm T.
And we're Show Me Coasters.
I hope you enjoy our videos.
Please like and subscribe.